Well, hello there. I'm Marty Whitney with ARTitude Adjustment, and I'd like to welcome you to this page right now because we're going to talk about some crazy painting projects. If I teach fun art, not fine art, and today we're going to be working with some wooden beads I've had in a box on a shelf for years, and I'll tell you about that just as soon as I get a cue from Facebook that we're live. I'm live. I don't know whether Facebook is, but it should be coming on any second. Here we go. Yes, so when you come on this page, I hope you'll say hi, and see if I have everything adjusted right here. I'm going to, well, I came on in my little bitty circle. I meant to come on like this, and then we'll go into the circle in just a minute. I am so sorry I couldn't make it back on time for Monday's ARTitude adjustment, but we had gone to Jacksonville and we're visiting with grandkids and appointments that we had there, and by the time we got back, not only was I just exhausted, but it was about 4 o'clock, and I didn't think you'd be on here either. So anyway, we're going to continue what we're doing, and what we were doing, what I introduced on Friday of last week. And these kind of look like, let me show you what they look like. These kind of look like cake pops, don't they? Or satellites. But I've had these on a project to make something out of them for years, and I did make something out of them. I made easels, and I showed you the easels. But we're going to get started because there's one thing I want to finish one thing I'm going to start here is I had some eggs that I was going to paint like robin egg blue, and I'm just going to put some paint on them today. Let me see. Now's the time to get the picture going here, and I will put me up here, and hopefully you'll be able to see what we're working on. So I did put a glove on because I didn't want to mess up my hand if I don't have to. I usually will, even with these, I will put a primer on them. And I didn't do it today, and they're not going to turn out as pretty probably. And I can see that I have a whole lot of movement going on over here in getting to where I was. I hate inexperienced cameramen, don't you? But I'm just going to do this for a little while today because I have some projects going on. We're getting ready for a big auction tonight, and I'm participating in several of those. I've donated several of my art projects, which I don't really want to get rid of, but you know, I don't want to get rid of anything. No, I'm not a hoarder. I keep insisting. No, I am not a hoarder. Whoops. And that went right over in the in the paint. But if you come on, just say howdy. I'm going to be making these for a little bird's nest, and no, I'm not going to make it, but I will buy it, and it'll be part of my Easter decor. Because doesn't everyone love robin eggs with their blue? The blue egg with a little specks on them, and then I'll be doing these specks on them a little bit later. And yes, I know that I don't have my microphone on. I just about croaked when I realized it because you'd be hearing me a lot better, but I didn't bring the bag that I carry my microphone in. There's so many things going on. Somebody just told me, why is everything happening this week? Well, I don't know, but I'm ready for it to stop. We leave on Saturday morning to go south toward, and we'll be in Sarasota next week. And I'll be teaching a couple of classes. I'll have to share that with you. I can tell you, though, these 3 little eggs are going to need one more coat of paint, which would not be the case had I primed them with a little gesso or Kills or whatever your favorite primer is. The last step will be for me to put a little dash of brown on them for the specks with a little brush, and let's see. I've done this project before and given it as a gift. Such a sweet little spring surprise for somebody. And yes, I've already been to Hobby Lobby this morning. Our nearest Hobby Lobby is Claremont, Florida. I had to go over there to see if I could find about 6 more bags that I use in some of my projects. And do you know, they didn't have any. I had bought every one of them last week, so I thought that would give them time to fix the inventory. So it isn't, and they don't expect a truck until Thursday. Is that not my luck? But I can go to my Hobby Lobby. I can't go outside a 100-mile radius. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But the next one that's closer than that would be either Eustis or Zephyr Hills. And I like the Hobby Lobby in Zephyr Hills. I could give you an evaluate. If you want to know about a Hobby Lobby, you ask me. Good, bad, or, I mean, there are different managers for all. Oh, and there's a new one that opened up in Wesley Chapel. Not one of my favorites, though, you know. It's okay. But if I couldn't find what I was looking for in Zephyr Hills, I'd run over there to Wesley Chapel. They just sometimes don't seem to have what I'm looking for at the Wesley Chapel one. I don't know why that is. You'd think that I can go straight to the area usually and find what I'm looking for, but they really have to know how to order in these shops. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes, and I want to show you, these are the different shapes I'm working with. I'll just put this here. I've got these little 1/2-inch wooden balls. I have the 1-inch balls, which are like my little cake pops over here. And I love to put designs on them. And if I could remember what I was going to make with those, I'd love to tell you. That's what's funny. Hey, I'm doing some wood. Hey, Charlene, I'm doing some wooden balls. Sandy, do you remember seeing these? These are 1-inch balls with 2 holes. Sandy will remember that we used these balls for the easel. And what we did was we just used them, and the easel would lay flat against the ball and keep it in place. Whoops. That one tried to escape. Then I've got some little 1/2-inch balls with 2 holes in them. I will eventually, now this just reminded me that I've got this stretch jewelry. I've going to make some little bracelets or necklaces or whatever. They are adorable. I've seen them and they sell for lots of money. This is an example of one that I painted. You're just kind of painting freestyle. This one came in the form of, yeah, I knew you would remember. Hey, Abby, how are you, Lulu? Oh goodness, I'm just so happy you're on here. Lulu, the first time you've been on here. Okay, I'll tell you a joke and tell me if you think it's funny. This is what I'm going to tell next week in my class, so you got to tell me if it's funny. Well, anyway, I will tell you the joke, but I told my husband, I want you to take me out to one of those places where they cut the food up, you know, and you sit out there in front and they cut the food up and, you know, they prepare your meal. He took me to Subway. Well, the next day, he wanted some coffee. I took it to him, and I laid it down, and I winked at him, just like that. And so we're going to go on to the next step of this robin's egg, because I want you to see how pretty it is. The next day, he said that was the most frightened he had ever been when he drank a cup of coffee. Now, this isn't dry, but I'm going to go ahead and do these eggs. And I said to him, I said, I love you more today than I did yesterday, because yesterday you really made me mad. Uh-oh, we're having live video interruptions now. I don't know why. You never know why. I do not know. It'll resume in just a minute, but what happens is I download this video. I will download the video, and I'll download the video and you'll be able to see it in its entirety. I don't know why it's happening, but yes, I know I'm freezing up and I don't know what it is, but I'm going to go ahead and finish my project, because when I download it to Facebook, it'll all be there. And I hope this doesn't happen again, because it's making me think. Now what I'm doing here, let's just see which way this comes off the brush. That's not a good one. I need a stiffer brush. Sandy, how was your time with your sister-in-law? Hey Jerry, nice to have you here. I usually do this with a toothbrush, but I had these brushes that were right there. You know how you do it with the toothbrushes? I should have waited and found my toothbrush. And I'm not doing it on my other hand because I don't want to make a mess. Try another one. When that doesn't work, try another one. So frustrating. Sorry about the interruption, folks. I'm going to have to wait and get a toothbrush. When this starts, it just doesn't know when to stop. Now, that leaves me with little choice but to do this. I'm not getting the specs that I want with this, so, well, it's not bad. I am getting a few specs, but it's so much. Oh, okay, there you go. Let me get that. It's too big. Okay. Now, this dries real fast, so we're just going to roll these guys over. I thought I put Do Not Disturb on my phone. This is working out okay. And the reason it is, it's much better with a toothbrush. But I wasn't by my I don't even know if I have a toothbrush in the activity room. Probably somewhere around here. I have to bring some old toothbrushes out. Okay, so we've got our robin's egg ready for a nest now. I'm going to go ahead and take my gloves off because I don't need them anymore. And I was going to paint a bead just to show you. These little straws you can't find anymore, but I used to get them from Panera when I would go in there for coffee. Since this one is primed, I'll go ahead and paint it. I'll show you what I do. And we're getting a lot of interruptions right now, so if you have to go, don't leave mad. I couldn't help it. Did you like my joke? Okay, I've got to wash those out. You know, one of my pet peeves is leaving your brush in water. This is driving me crazy. So my two colors are going to be this gold. It's kind of a yellow gold. It's called Buttercup, and that's definitely what it looks like, Buttercup. And then I'm using a purple because those are opposites on the color wheel, and they go together very well when you put them together. So see how this just kind of holds this in there very well. I would usually do, oh boy, makes you wonder what's going on with that it keeps turning off, because I have a very good signal in here usually. Very frustrating. So if you have to leave, I am sorry. There it is back again. Okay, now I'm going to put it in here to dry, and I will get another one. Since we painted the other one Buttercup, I think I will paint this one with the blue that I already have. So sorry for the interruptions. I'm going to have to see what I need to do. You can hardly see the little robin egg colors, but see, it's got little specks on it now. And I may put a few more on there after I get off. But we're having an auction tonight, and that's a big deal for us. A couple of years ago, I was chairman of the activities committee, and this was kind of like a real important time, because that's, hey Jane, that's how we make our money for our activities. And a lot of good ones are coming up, like this weekend. What's that? Sorry for the interruption. Anna Maria, welcome. Sorry for the interruption, y'all. Okay, nothing to do whenever this happens but to, I think I'll put a little bit of blue on here just to start my design. some of you said, well, why are you painting all those? This is going to be a major project, y'all. My major painting project. I've only had it in this box for about 4 years. Now, I'm going to put a little bit more. I said I didn't want to get that on me. Turn it over. And I'll just make the pretty side be on the, in the nest, if there is such a thing. I'd like to thank all of you for being here today. I'd like to thank all of you for being here. I'm so sorry for the video interruptions. I don't understand when I'm in this activity room and there's a dedicated line to this place that I would have interruptions. But I hope that you will go out and do something real nice for somebody today. And I'll see you on Friday, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you have any questions about any of my projects, please let me know. And I hope you will follow me on ARTitude Adjustment by Marty Whitney. It's fun art, not fine art. So y'all have a good evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.